Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with Cuban-born, New York-based jazz saxophonist Roman Filiú. He's spent some time with Neon Jazz talking about his latest 2018 CD called Quarteria. He also talked about his roots and how that has shaped him as a musician. He was born and raised in Santiago de Cuba and spent the last 20 years calling New York home. He has played, recorded, and toured worldwide with a lot of people, like in Henry Threadgill's Ensemble Double Up, Ralph Alessi, Matt Brewer, Billy Hart, and so many others. Along with performing, he's established himself as an innovative composer through his work for numerous small ensembles, and he's written pieces for string quartet, solo piano, and saxophone quartet. This is one content artist with great stories of Cuba, America, and beyond. So get to know him and dig this interview, my friends.
Okay, Roman, thank you for taking a minute out for Neon Jazz, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
You bet. So let's talk about your latest album, Quarteria, and I want to kind of know, what was the artistic vision for this project?
Well, I got a call from the artistic director from the Jazz Gallery, Rio Saikari, and she asked me to participate in a commission she's been successfully doing at the gallery, and that at that time was for alto saxophonist, and she selected me, so I was very glad. So I was thinking about what can I bring to the gallery that is special, because a lot of great alto players, everybody doing his music. So I thought about my roots and where I'm coming from. I'm coming from Santiago de Cuba, that is the second important city in Cuba. I'm especially born in a neighborhood that have a huge tradition of carnival music. That is the home of the La Conga de San Pedrito. That is a rhythm. La Conga Oriental is a genre that is with drums, voice, and with the suona. Suona is a Chinese cornet that the Cuban the eastern part of the country adopted from the Chinese, and they use it to play the calls in this carnival parade. So I was thinking about my childhood and what can I bring to the music. So I was thinking about the place that I used to go. Is Quarteria. It's like a building, but for poor people, it's not really a building. It's like a compound of different houses made of cardboard or wood, or very poor incomes. What I was delighted about that, when I went to see my friend there, the music, you can hear everybody's radios or turntables listening to classical music or the traditional conga music sounding in the background, or religious music like a bembe or something happening, or just popular music like Los Bambang or Irajere, or somebody was turning to jazz. So all that melting thing, I process it with some of my own experience in life at that age. I put it together and I did this septet, and I wrote music based on that. So it's a big, it's not fusion, it's more because it's like based on traditional Cuban music, after Cuban music, the regular 6/8 thing, So it was a theory teacher. I learned a lot about from him.
When you were growing up in Cuba, what jazz musicians did you listen to that really inspired you?
I listened first to the Cuban musicians. The first one was of course Paquito de Rivera, and then Iraquere, Chucho Valdés, and all the Cuban players, and Gonzalo Rubalcaba, of course. And then I discovered my grandfather. He told me, if you want to play jazz, you have to listen to jazz. So he turned on every Saturday night. There was this jazz program on Radio Martí, that it was a subversive broadcasting radio from Florida. So it was illegal to turn to listen to it, to tune in. So we listened illegally to jazz. And I remember that the opening tune of the program was Giant Steps by Coltrane. So I love it, and I was digging all the time trying to find more of the music. Not many people have the music in Cuba, and the one that have it, they don't really appreciate it. Like they were more like in the 80s fusion music, like more like electronic sounds like Chick Corea. And so then I was lucky enough to meet some musicians that helped me a lot and shared a lot of music with me. So then I discovered Charlie Parker and Miles Davis, and I fell in love with them.
Yeah. Wonderful. So did you always dream growing up when you were a child and getting older in Cuba you were going to move to New York and become a professional jazz musician?
At the beginning, I was thinking about saxophone, and then I remember when I was practicing uncle that he told me, I see you playing in the Brooklyn Bridge, in the night. I didn't know what the Brooklyn Bridge was, and so he pictured for me. He told me, no, this is in New York, where the jazz also. This idea, was growing in my head, and I was a classical musician till I decided I was playing jazz also, but till I was 15 years old, I thought that I want to play with French classical music with an orchestra, but then my love for jazz, I keep it hidden. I was practicing every night, and nobody knew that I was playing. I improvised because I was a little shy. So, but then in Cuba, the situation was so bad that I said, well, if I want to survive, I need to travel. If I want to travel, I have to play Cuban music, and I have to improvise. And so I quit the classical thing. But I think that I always want to move here. Yeah.
Very cool. So when you did get here, you've been here for quite some time now. You've been for over 20 years. And you start playing with Henry Threadgill and names like Matt Brewer and Billy Hart. Is it a dream come true for you to be able to play with these very veteran, established musicians?
It's a dream come true because, for example, I discovered Henry Threadgill through Steve Coleman, and when I listened to his music, I was shocked because I didn't know that you can make that music. So when I moved here, I had the opportunity to meet him, and he suddenly, was very warm with me, very want to play with me, and of course, I was scared, but I was glad and happy, and of course, it has been those are my heroes. So I'm still living the dream,
Yeah, beautiful. Obviously you're a musician, but the other side of you is being a composer. Talk to me about that side of what you do and how much you enjoy it.
I love to write music because I feel like I'm painting, or like an artist, a visual artist. Sometimes things happen, like you are very inspired and you go and you write something from scratch, and sometimes you have to work a little bit harder, like spend weeks or months on a piece, giving shape, trying and playing it, and then say, well, this doesn't work. So it's something that I truly enjoy, the same amount that I love playing my saxophone. So, and it helped me a lot to understand improvisation, because for me it's like improvising also. So most of the work I do writing, I feel like the most achieved pieces are the ones that I improvise. Like I sit down and I play and I record it. So maybe then I can orchestrate it different, or work a little bit with, giving texture or counterpoint, or doing some kind of technical things. But I really love, and I think that when I improvise, thinking on composing is when it works perfect for me.
Do you ever miss Cuba?
Yeah, I miss Cuba, of course. Well, I miss the people. I miss the weather. I miss there is no rush. There is sense of stillness. Everything. If you go now and you go into a year, you're gonna see the same building and with the same shape. Or So I like the quiet aspect of Cuba, and also now I'm used to work a lot. Like, you wake up early and you write emails, practice, and go to a session. Or that in Cuba is a little bit slow. So sometimes that is. I miss Cuba, and I can go there for a couple of weeks, and then I'm good. I have to leave.
Nice.
Yeah.
I dig it. So, are you happy with your career up to this point?
I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm still playing. I've been able to play, to write, and sometimes it's hard. Musician's life is hard. Sometimes you're not working with you have more projects that you can achieve. In your head, your mind goes faster than what you actually can achieve because of the economic aspect of the thing. But that's cool. That's I like that. I like. I'm busy, so that's a good thing. I'm busy with the projects, and I don't have time to. Sometimes you feel a little bit down or whatever because you're tired. It's about if you're working too much or you're traveling too much, and then you're not working and you sing. You feel, well, what I'm doing, I need to push this. So, but this is a good thing because then I sit down and say, well, I need to do this now. So I do it, and that's it. Yeah.
Beautiful. So early on in your life, what jazz concerts did you see that really left an impression on you?
Oh, I saw many concerts. I remember when I was studying, I saved some money and I went to Havana. I saw Dizzy Gillespie, I saw Gonzalo, I saw Don Pullen, I saw many American players that went there. I saw Irakere, Chucho Valdez, Gonzalo. That was the ones that really marked me. Like, I want to do this, I want to improvise, I want to be able to see.
Right on. So why do you love jazz?
I found that when I was playing classical music, I found that if I improvise, I'm gonna be freer to play the classical music that is so strict, and you have to. I say, well, if I have a problem, I can fix it. I was happy about I love the chance to control what I want to do, what I want to say, what I want to play. So just give you that freedom to express whatever you want to express. If you play French music, I love it, but it was just that, like what was written. I want to control that, not control, but have the opportunity. If I made a mistake, to fix it. So I say, I feel more free. I feel more confident. If I made a mistake, I'm gonna fix it. So because I was confident, I didn't make a mistake. I played and it was great. So, but I had that on my side,
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So this is my final question for you, and it's this: everyone has a idea of who you are, your family, your friends, and your fans, but you know yourself best. Tell me, who do you think you are?
Oh, I know. That's a hard one. I don't know. Well, I think that I'm a helper. I like to help people.
That's cool. That's perfect. Short, sweet, to the point. Roman, thank you for your time. Thank you for your music. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to yet another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest players in Cuba, New York, Kansas City, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. And thanks to Roman for his music and his stories. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino on the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com. And for everything Neon Jazz, all the time, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.